We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast, while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Now get a sausage McMuffin, sausage biscuit, sausage burrito, or hash browns. Choose 2 for $2.50. Enjoy a large iced coffee for just $2. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Hi, you're listening to the Real Work Stories podcast, and I'm your host, Benjamin. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. And if you tuned in before, welcome back. Now, this is the podcast where I talk about all things customer service, from the customer to the corporation and everything in between. But before I get started, I got to say thank you to everyone for all your support for the podcast. Thank you for all the likes, shares, comments, downloads. I appreciate it. I only say it every episode because I mean it every episode. And if you don't already follow me on Facebook and Instagram, make sure you do so at Real Work Stories Podcast. That's where you're going to find out about topics, episode snippets, discussions, and more. And today, I want to talk about the time that Bojangles almost destroyed my job. Okay? Like, I know this sounds crazy. I didn't believe it when it happened, and part of me still doesn't believe it now. But let me just tell you what happened. So, this one day starts off like a regular day at work. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. Birds chirping, sun shining, customers customering. You know, just a normal day. And just like every other normal day, eventually, sooner or later, you get to the best part of the day. Well, I don't know. Maybe just the second best part of the day. Because leaving might be the best part of the day. Anyway, we get to the infamous lunch break. You know, you get in, especially if you work in a call center, you know, you look at your schedule for the day, you see what time your lunch is. Oh, yeah. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm a fat kid. I like to eat, okay? So by the time I get to work, I'm already trying to figure out what's for lunch. If I haven't already figured it out. You know, okay, I got this much time. I can go here, get this. And thankfully, like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates can bring it to my job. Oh, that is so much better. But if I have to go somewhere, you know, you can order online, go pick it up real quick. You still got time. So anyway, I do this. I'm a professional at this. Figured out the secrets. I already know all the back streets to take to get where I want to go to get the food I want to get. That's what I do. Now, like I said, the lunch break. Top 5 parts of the day you look forward to, okay? And it ain't 4 or 5. Let me just say that. And it's a major part of your day. Because in a way, your lunch break is almost like halftime in a sports game, you know, because this is the time, this is your chance to sit down and figure out whether we need to keep this momentum going and push for the rest of this great day that you're already having, or this is the time where you need to consider changing your game plan for the rest of the day. It's like, you know what happens if I leave right now? What consequences am I facing if I leave? Okay, so I'm only going to get paid for a half a day, but I got PTO. So I can use that, still get paid for the whole day, but I got this vacation coming up. I don't need to dip into that PTO because I'm almost out of PTO, even though it's only March. But that's besides the point. Don't you dare judge me right now and my PTO balance, okay? But yeah, you got time to think about, you know, what happens if I leave? Should I stay? Should I just thug it out? Should I just let it happen? But what happened if Jennifer from accounting say something else to me? Because I might smack her and end up in HR. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff you got to sit there and think about on your lunch break, right? And in my completely professional and totally unbiased opinion, nothing helps you think better than when you got good food, right? Like I said, it's your lunch break, it's your sacred time. It's a time for no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can argue about a whole bunch of stuff when I'm on the clock. I have clocked out for lunch. Don't call me. Don't come looking for me. Don't ask me for nothing. I ain't signing no papers. I'm not running nothing down to the copy machine for you. I'm not going to the break room for you. I'm not going outside to your car to get nothing out your car. This is my lunch break. This is my time, okay? Don't ask me to. I'm not taking nothing to the shredder. No, I'm not throwing that paper in the trash can for you. No. I am no longer getting paid as of this minute right now. My lunch break is unpaid, so that means I am doing unwork. I know what I said, don't judge me. I said it on purpose. I'm doing unwork. I ain't doing nothing for nobody for the next however long. Okay? Anyway, so like I said, it's a regular day. We chilling. Everything is going good. Sun is shining. Birds are chirping. And a couple people work, the really, really early morning schedules, the early morning shift, And then some of us don't work that early shift, so you watch the early people go to lunch first, So this one particular day, like I said, we're going to get to how Bojangles almost broke the whole department down, all right? So this one day, we sitting there, we talking, and the ones of us who are on, I call it the normal shift. You got your 9 to 5:30 people, you know what I'm saying? Or your 9 to 6, depending on how long your lunch break is, whatever. And we sitting there and we see what we used to do, because we work together. It's a group effort. It's a community thing. So we would discuss like, all right, y'all, what are we ordering for lunch? Yes, I said we, because when we order together, we get a better discount. So let's just order one thing together if a couple people want to order from this place, because this is where we going. So, we talking it out, figuring out who going to drive, who going to go pick up the food, who need the cash app, who, how much money, and make sure, everybody got their order straight, okay? That's what we figuring out. And then lo and behold, one of the early people, that went to lunch early this day, comes back with food. We ain't mad. Hey, you went to go do your thing and got your food. That is all fine and dandy, right? So we're gonna call this person Stephanie. Let's call this young woman Stephanie, okay? So Stephanie just came back from lunch. Stephanie got Bojangles, right? So a couple of us saw Stephanie come back with her Bojangles. We was like, okay, cool, you went to Bojangles. That, you know what, y'all? We might need to consider going to Bojangles because they got some good food. Let's put that on the list of things we're going to talk about for the next 15, 20 minutes while we figure this thing out, okay? Then, another young woman comes by. Let's call her Emily, all right? Now, Emily didn't know that Stephanie went to Bojangles. So, Emily comes in and is like, yo, somebody got some food. It smells kind of good. What is that delicious smell? So we were like, yeah, Stephanie got Bojangles. That's what you smelling. You smell Bojangles. She was like, oh, okay. Now, Emily is thrilled that Stephanie got Bojangles. Like, she was like, wow, I wish I'd have known. I'd have probably asked her to go get me something. So now, it's like 9 people in this conversation. And I'm like, well, shoot, we ordering Bojangles. I want some. Here's where everything went left. Because Stephanie got headphones in, okay? So Stephanie heard none of this conversation until she took the headphones out. Now, she hears us talking about Bojangles and somehow gets it in her mind that we are shaming her for Bojangles. So Stephanie stands up out of her chair. And let me just preface this part. She has brought her food back to her desk, okay? She ate some of it in the lunchroom. She didn't finish it. She brought it back to her desk. At my job at the time, that was not a problem. You can bring food back to your desk if you didn't want to leave it in the community refrigerator. If you haven't heard my story about why people don't leave food in the community refrigerator, You need to go back and listen to that, and you'll understand why. But anyway, that's besides the point right now. That has nothing to do with this. But I'm just saying, if you ever wanted to find out why we don't do that, you can. Okay. Anyway, so Stephanie is now standing up in arms. Full.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast, while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Now get a sausage McMuffin, sausage biscuit, sausage burrito, or hash browns. Choose 2 for $2.50. Enjoy a large iced coffee for just $2. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Attention, like, set it off. It's about to happen. B.I. knuck if you buck. It's about to go down, okay? So mind you now, the other group of us, we just sitting here talking about what we're going to eat for lunch, and now we're considering Bojangles. But, somebody always got to bring up, oh, but no, because the one time I went there and they ain't have, and they did, and da-da-da-da-da. They got to talk about all the bad stuff. So now, like I said, Stephanie has had her headphones in this whole time, ain't hear none of this conversation. But now, Stephanie hears one person bring up Bojangles and another person talking about some things they don't like at Bojangles, or things that have happened that they don't like at Bojangles. And oh man, it has hit the roof. Stephanie stands up out of her desk, y'all, and just imagine a group of, I don't know, I think our team was like maybe 15, 20 people at the time. Just imagine a group of 20 adults having what seems to be a normal conversation, just talking about food. And then all of a sudden, this one voice comes out of the midst of the group. She stands up. She's like, no, because if I want to go to Bojangles, I'm going to go to Bojangles, and y'all can't stop me from going to Bojangles. Like, I don't care what y'all like, or what y'all like about Bojangles. If I want to go to Bojangles, that's what I'm going to do on my lunch break, because this is my time, and I'm sick of y'all talking about Bojangles. And we have all stopped. Like, what in the world just happened? So after this, Stephanie gets up. She storms away from her desk. She walks off, and like across the hallway from us, there was like this doorway to a stairwell. And she darts towards the stairwell. She disappears down the stairs, and we are like, what the heck just happened? But mind you, let's not forget the fact that there are still like 8 of us who are trying to figure out what the heck we are going to order for lunch. And right now, time is winding up. We only got about 12 minutes to figure this out, because then, our delivery time on frame is going to start cutting in real quick, or traffic going to get real heavy. So it's like, y'all, we need to figure this out real fast. So we ain't got time to really process this whole conversation. Meanwhile, Emily is back at her desk, like, laughing because we still don't quite understand what the heck Stephanie is mad at. So fast forward, we decided to order something else. I forgot what we ordered. I think we all decided to order sushi that day. But anyway, that's besides the point. About 45 minutes, maybe an hour later, Stephanie comes back, right? And Stephanie is fuming mad. Like, you ever seen somebody so mad, they get to rocking and they shaking, and it's like, if you say the wrong thing to them, they just gonna snap and it's over for whoever's in an arm reach, because that person's gonna probably get punched in the face. That's the look that Stephanie has. And we're just sitting there like, yo, what is happening right now? So then we all get an email, right? Well, not everybody, but like 7 or 8 of us. The 7 or 8 of us that was about to order food and have somebody go pick it up. Yeah, all of us, we get a message, right? and it was like, hey, we need all of you to log out right now. Now, if you know anything about working in call centers or customer service, anything like that, when your boss tells a group of people to log off at the same time, after an explosion of voices, so to speak, it ain't never good for nobody involved, okay? So we all looking around still like, because we still don't understand like what just happened. So they're like, all right, y'all, we need to have, an emergency staff meeting in this special meeting room right now. So we all walk away. We get to the room and we like, what's going on? What happens, right? So come to find out, Stephanie done went to the bosses. No, let me say this right. So Stephanie done went to her supervisor's supervisor. Stephanie done went up 3 levels and called HR on us because Stephanie felt like we were food shaming her for going to Bojangles. So we get into the meeting and we're like, wait, when did this evolve into food shaming? We were simply talking about what we were going to order for lunch. One person asked what she had. Somebody else answered and said, oh, that thing that you smell, it's Bojangles. They're amazing, and we might need to consider ordering that today. Then we decided for whatever reason, we weren't going to order there. Literally, the only thing that Stephanie had to do with this conversation was the fact that she was the one who brought Bojangles, which brought it into the realm of possibility for things for us to order. Now, we are all hemmed up. Y'all are not going to believe this. We actually had to write a statement to explain what the heck had actually happened. Now, mind y'all, I am not trying to say that Stephanie, didn't have a valid complaint. Actually, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. That complaint was stupid as all get out. Because I could not believe this, that we all got hemmed up in the office, y'all. I am serious. Y'all, we had a serious sit down, like, all jokes aside, no laughing, no talking meeting. Because somebody didn't hear the fact that all we said was we were considering ordering Bojangles for lunch. Like, to this day, this might be by far one of the wildest things that has ever happened. Because I'm just like, how did this get so blown out of proportion when all that happened was somebody asked, what did you get for lunch? You got Bojangles. Cool. Hey, you guys want to order Bojangles instead of sushi? No Bojangles? Okay, maybe next time? All right, still sushi for today. Cool. So, anyway, but before we even get to that part of explaining what happened, our manager's manager is sitting down talking to us, and, they're just telling us, like, hey, we know you guys like to order food, and we thank you guys for, working together and, keeping tabs on your teammates, making sure everybody is, fed and helping out, but you can't pick on people for their food choices. And we were like, when did we pick on? We weren't picking on anyone. Now, mind you, y'all, this is a room full of adults here. We are not high school children for somebody to say that we're picking on somebody here, okay? Now, I get it. It happens. People do food shame people. If that's a thing, yes, I get it. It happens. But I'm just saying we weren't doing that, okay? We just saw that somebody had a certain type of food and was like, hey, do we want to order this? Nah, not this time. Life should have gone on. So after we get this stern, that conversation you had with your parents when it was like family meeting and you just knew this meeting was going to be no nonsense. That's the kind of meeting this was. And then afterwards, like, the manager was like, let's just call the manager John, okay? So afterwards, John was like, all right, you guys, you've heard what's happened. What do you guys have to say for yourselves? And we were like, that is not how this happened. Like, this couldn't be further from the truth, John. So then we explain everything to John, and John is like, y'all just write this little stupid one-page statement and go back to work. I'm sorry I even wasted y'all time with this. And then we were like, that's what we were saying here, but I guess now we done spent our whole lunch break in here arguing. Actually, no, we didn't, because I still went to lunch after that, because that sushi was amazing. I ain't gonna lie, that sushi was actually really good. But yeah, that's what happened. That's how Bojangles almost broke my entire department down from the inside out. like without even trying. They didn't even have anything to do with it. Almost just a total meltdown of life. It's just crazy. Okay, but I really want to know, like, has anybody ever had something like this happen? If so, let me know. Okay, hit me up on Instagram at Real Work Stories Podcast or Facebook, and let me know if you've ever had this happen. Okay, because I really want to know. I cannot be the only one that has ever dealt with some foolishness like this. All right. Now, and with that being said, I'm clocking out. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Real Work Stories Podcast. Peace.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast, while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Now get a sausage McMuffin, sausage biscuit, sausage burrito, or hash browns. Choose 2 for $2.50. Enjoy a large iced coffee for just $2. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Planning what to wear for a wedding? Look your best while you enjoy the big day with Indochino. Every Indochino piece is made to your measurements, and you can customize details like fabric, lapel shape, linings, and more. Suits start just $4.29 and shirts from $89. Perfect your big day look with Indochino. Get $50 off a purchase of $3.99 or more with code BIGDAY at Indochino.com. That's $50 off $3.99 or more at INDOCHINO.com. Code BIGDAY.